break it down.
Hey, I'll do Distaggio back at you here with some Castle Clash video. And have you ever stared at this screen after looking at an Aries 5? Aries Revitalize 5 facing you in the front row. What are you going to do about that, huh? You can't even put your scatter guys on him directly because he'll still whoop you because he's got sprint. Look at him, how fast he moves up there and runs. Scatter 5, that level 165 guy right there. That dirty bastard right there. That's what he is. I mean, how do you deal with this, guys, when you do not have Aries? What do? Do you cry? Do you cry like a little baby like Cupid? Even Cupid doesn't cry when he sees an Aries. So neither should you, in my opinion. Now, the first thing that I do is I try to put my scatter people on them. Okay, my scatter people are, I have 3 that I'll call my scatter people. That's scatter 5 is obviously on Pixie. I have scatter 5 on my Dragon. And I also have scatter 4 of 5 on Reaper. Problem is Reaper's got to get a little bit close, so it doesn't work so great. Scatter on Reaper is amazing torch battle hero, but not so good here. And I meant to have Pixie up there in the front row. Let's try Pixie and my Dragon against that. Oh, look at that. Just the ability lockout. It just crushes me. Not only that, really explosive damage there off of the Vlad Dracula. His Vlad Dracula procs, and it is just pumped up. And how do you deal with that? When you don't have an Aries, guys, your options are really limited. So the first thing that I try is, obviously, as mentioned, I try the scatter thing. If that doesn't work, you got to try the stall thing. So what I do is I put my druid up front, and this formation sometimes works for me. And just at the last second there, I thought, wait a minute, let me skip that formation and head straight to the, I'm going to cheap you out with an Atlanticor strategy. Now my Atlanticor has Revitalize 4, not 5, and Atlanticor kind of walks slow, and so he won't get up there, and he's not a ranged hero. He's got to be right up there in melee. He's got to be right there to go off, and so then I try to put my stall heroes. That's a high hit point hero. It could be Paladin. I happen to use Orc's Bane. It could also be your Dragon. It could be Druid. Whoever's got, maybe it could be a hero with Tenacity 5. Well, my Orc's Bane has Tenacity 5, so that's why I typically use it. Anyways, clear all that blue junk out of the way here, and let's keep going. And you can see, guys, it's hard. It's not easy, okay? So I was thinking to myself, wait a minute here. I just got a revive set of crests just today. I got 2 of them. 2 out of the 4 that I needed. It was awesome. It's crazy with all these mythic crests I'm now getting today, based on the update and the little treasure box thing. What I was thinking though is my Atlanticor always dies because he's only revitalized 4. Only 4. He's got sprint on him so he can run up there, but it's still not helping. And I thought, wait a minute, revive set on Atlanticor. So they'll kill my Atlanticor before he procs. He's gonna jump back up, de-aggro, take one more swing, and then proc. So I was thinking, you know what? Could Atlanticor be the key? Now, I'd say that Atlanticor really only works best in this strategy when there's a really bursty opponent here. And here, this is a bursty opponent. He's got all his boosters in. And boosters are Druid, Cupid, and Pumpkin Duke. They are boosting that Vlad Dracula. That is why that Vlad Dracula is just going crazy. That Vlad Dracula is basically the only burst damage that this team has. Because Pumpkin Duke does have a high base attack and obviously hits really fast and everything. But, you know, Cupid's kind of meh, and, you know, Aries is kind of meh, and everyone's kind of meh. Except the thing that's not meh is that insanely stacked Vlad Dracula. Cupid proc goes off, Druid proc goes off, Pumpkin Duke proc goes off, and is super uber stacked. What I'm doing is I'm constantly changing and just tweaking a little bit. I'm moving my Atlanticor here, moving my Atlanticor there, moving something. There's my Atlanticor proc. That's what I needed. Oh, look how close that was. That's what I needed. That walk distance there. I basically had to hide my Atlanticor in the corner there. See how he's back there in the corner? And that's just so that once the Aries goes off and maybe he won't get hit by all the Vlad Dracula so many times. You know, it's just sometimes it's about putting your key players in the back. That's I'd say one of the biggest strategies for beating an Aries 5 up front. And that is you got to put your key players in the back. So Aries will proc, and then as your key players continue to walk towards the opponent, that Aries effect will wear off, and by the time your heroes get there to the money position, hopefully that Aries proc wears off. See, Aries proc went on. They're walking. Well, Atlanticor's walking. He's my key player, by the way. Oh, he got smoked right there, though. So something so bursty like this, guys, Atlanticor, he is the right hero. And I don't think he would even need a Revitalize. I think if you even got a Revive 3 of 5 on a main ability, and then you could put Sprint on the second ability. If I didn't have Revite 4, that's what I do. And look at this. Oh, look at that. Did you see how close that was? I am real close to something here. And here, basically, the technique here, I stole it from my opponent, is nothing in the front row. Nothing in the front row, so all 5 of my heroes are walking just a split second longer. It's going to make his Aries run out there up front. His Aries is going to proc. The proc is going to wear off, which then allows the Atlanticor to my Atlanticor to proc. You can see my Atlanticor procs right there, and boom, right there, victory. My Atlanticor was the only thing standing. Atlanticor was the key. There is no other way I can beat that opponent. There's just no other way. That is the only one. And I mean, here's just funny. Look at this team against just a regular kind of bad Lost Realm player versus enemy. Look at this. Look up, that took 10 seconds, but that was against a really easy one. That should have taken me only like 3 seconds normally. So here's sort of my go-to formation if you're curious. And instead of using the, guy with the big lumber stick, boom, I'm going to whap you on the head. I said that right, didn't I? Anyways, so my Minotaur stuns instantaneously. He's Revite 5. Oh man, it took so long to get that. I love him right in the middle or behind Cupid. Oh, Treasure Trove. I'm getting real lucky with Treasure Trove, but this is my worst one of the day. And I do have a lot of blue crystals saved up, so to me it's okay to do that. And I've done that every single time I'm picking all of them. And I've gotten some double mythic pulls there and a big red gem bag too. I like to put Destroyer in the middle there. It's going to be Destroyer or Minotaur. I mean, look, they're both good. I mean, I think that Minotaur is probably a little bit better because of the stun and because mine has Revite 5, whereas the Destroyer there only has, I don't even know what my Destroyer has at this point. I keep changing it. But I mean, it's not as good as a Revite 5 on Minotaur because obviously that insta stuns the whole team. Well, all the groundwalkers on the whole team. I mean, that's the nice thing about Destroyer is he can actually hit. Hey, here be demon, here be demon. Next video, guys, I will show you this Here Be Demon. Nice little segue from Lost Realm strategy to Here Be Demon strategy. As always, keep it dirty and dirty up.